Hey, it's Jimbo's Grapes here again for part 6 now. And this video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit more of a standalone video. So, if you're just watching this by itself, this is part of a series. But this is also, like I said, going to be a bit more of a standalone video where we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So, if you've been following the series, you know that we need a couple more million nick, 1 to 2 more million, in order to get the bots for the next step of the series. And I'm going to go about doing this a little bit differently. So on this server, the devs have introduced some new things that not many people know about because, well, there's been just a lot of changes, there's a lot of stuff to read through, and yeah, if you're not familiar with the game or if you haven't been following along what's going on, you may not know about it. So, in order to get our last couple million of nick, we're actually going to go fight the bosses on New Virginia. So again, in case you didn't know, they've actually introduced some boss NPCs on New Virginia, which can be done with an assault bot for the most part. I'm going to be doing them with the mech just for extra safety, extra reliability, and another thing you'll notice is I've got the sounds on, so this is going to kind of just be part of the series where we grind up that little bit of nick that we need left, and then also a little bit of a showcase for the new mechanics that the devs have put in. Yeah, with full-on sound and everything. So, the one unfortunate thing about this is there is a lot of walking to do. So I will be pausing and skipping out of that and basically just showing up. I'll show the location on the map where I am, what the bosses are, what you can expect from them, what kind of ammo and armor resistances you should bring. In my mech, it's pretty much going to be irrelevant. I'm going to be able to shred through all of them, even if they are of a bad type against me. So if I am going up against any green/pedestal bots, not going to be an issue. But yeah, I will just go quick little rundown of all the bosses, where they are, and again, what kind of gear you're going to want to bring. And yeah, we'll basically go through that. I'll earn my nick, and then I'm going to stop the video then and there and go right into the next video, I think. So there might be 2 uploads today. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be a bit of a showcase, so I will pause the video because I don't remember 100% where all of these bosses are, so I will have to do a little bit of scouting myself to find them. But yeah, you guys won't have to watch that. You guys will just get the nice joy of time warp. So I'll see you guys in a second when I go find these bosses. Okay, so we're back. So we're just south of the main terminal. Okay, I'll show on the map here. Now, these zealot swabs, I'm not sure if these are actually bosses, but they are new NPCs, so I'm going to go ahead and kill them. Now, there is for sure a couple bosses over here, which are these malfunctioning arcs. So we will go take them out right as soon as we're done dealing with these guys. One thing I am going to do just after I kill all these bosses, I'm going to pop into the terminal here, and I'm going to swap out this universal armor for another weapon stabilizer. Again, I'm not sure if these guys are bosses, but they are new. I think they're just level 1 syndicates. So they should actually drop, well, not the best loot, but not half bad either. So yeah, so these guys aren't bosses, but I will go take out the malfunctioning arcs over here. I have logged on to another account in order to scout a little bit more, so I personally don't have to run around as much, but yeah. Okay, so we will just head over to there, and I'll see you guys when I'm right next to them. Okay, so here we are at our first set of bosses. Turn my armor up off. And we've got the 2 malfunctioning arcs, so let's target them up and see what kind of things that they give us. Now, these are by far the easiest bosses. As you can see, got one shot. But if I do remember correctly, they do actually drop somewhat decent loot. Yeah, so 100 reactor. I think they can also drop blueprints. I don't know if they've changed that recently, but you know, 100 comet kernels and 100 reactor, not the worst thing in the world. And I think they also have a fairly decent respawn rate. I do believe that the bosses take quite a lot longer to respawn than other NPCs, but that's kind of to be expected. Okay, so there's one boss down, and I'll see you guys when I find the next one. Again, map location right here in this little crevice right below the True Hold marks in Alpha. So, see you guys at the next one. Okay, so we have come to our first actual boss, not just the really weak malfunctioning drones, although they are technically bosses, but this is one of the first actual ones. So this is the Imperial Infantry. See right here on the map, there's the coordinates. Zoom out a little bit, you can see it's in the bottom right corner, or southeast. So it's a little out of the way. You'll have to take Fort Donnerth to Lenworth, then travel your way down here. Another thing you can do, that's something I really like to do, is you can get into a field terminal, do a really quick level 0 mission, and then it allows you to teleport, and you can just teleport right to the Lenworth outpost and head down here. Okay, so as far as this guy goes, he is a level 1 assault, so that's the second tier of robot, and he's Pellisol, so that means you're going to want to fit against explosion. Is that right? Is that what is that what Pellisol does? I think it's explosion. No. It's seismic damage. Sorry. So you're going to want to fit against seismic, and they are going to be weak to kinetic. All right. So let's go ahead and take this guy out. Again, all these Alpha 1 bosses are fairly simple. You can take all of them out with an assault bot if you have a good fit. As you can see, one shot taking him about 15% down in health. So a couple volleys and he'll be down. And he's not going to get much damage off against me. And I am doing primarily... What do the lasers do? Having a little bit of brain farts right now. No, I want the ammo information. I'm doing primarily thermal damage, which is actually not good against them. One thing you'll note is you can see that the loot box is actually spawning right on top of my character. This is because you can actually do this in a group. And if you do this in a group or in a squad, it actually allows everybody in the squad to get a loot container. So I'll show that in the next one. I'll go ahead and just throw a quick squad together, and I'll show you guys how the loot works with multiple accounts. So this is something that's actually really good to do if you are doing a couple accounts. You can see the loot really good. 757 high tech, 500 common, tons of Pellisol kernels, lots of reactor. So this right here is worth about close to 400,000 nick just in this one little loot drop right here. Tier 2 and a tier 2 prototype. So lots of really good stuff. Take all of that. And yeah, we'll see you guys at the next boss. Okay, so we are approaching the next boss. So this boss has got some bodyguards around him. I am going to pick those all off, or at least the majority of them around his vicinity. He is usually right in this area here, so I will actually just mark that off on my map. And this is William H. Bonney. So this guy is going to be the toughest boss. He is a mech, so if you're going to do this with assaults, you're probably going to need a buddy, or you're going to have to use you're going to utilize lots of kiting. So anyways, like I said, I will just take out these guys first. Oh wow, I missed all 4 of those shots. Not a good start. These guys must have a really small frame. I wonder if they have evasion on them. Regardless, it's not going to really do any damage to me. It's just a matter of time before I take it out. But yeah, so if you just run in there and target the boss, if you can be far enough away, you'll be able to kill it without aggroing any of the guys, but I'm just going to clear a couple out to give myself a little bit easier of a time, especially if you are planning on kiting. And all of these guys actually get pretty decent loot themselves anyways, so it looks like the containers drop right on top of my bot, so it might actually be that all of the guys in this area have group drops. So I'm gonna test that out really quick. I'm just gonna stop shooting and I will test that out. So if these are group drops, this would be a really great set of bots to do with a friend. And then all of these guys talk to you when you shoot them or target them. Okay, so let's see if this works. Yeah, so there you go. You can see that both of my guys actually did end up getting loot from that. So I'm just going to take a mental note here. 20 common kernels, and I'm curious if it splits the loot among everybody evenly, or if you actually get more loot overall for doing this by yourself. But we'll take a look. So we've got 2 Rough Rider cavalry here. I will kill one entirely without targeting the other one, and then I'll kill one where both of them target it. Because in order to get loot, you actually do need to participate in the fight a little bit. Surprise, surprise. So this will be a good test to see if, and the cavalry, which are assaults, are actually easier for me to kill because I'm hitting all my shots. So yeah, we'll see if what the loot looks like when I hit it with just one guy and when I hit it with 2 guys, if it's split or not. Okay, so we got 157 plasma, 50 common kernels. So this is going to be a good measure of, actually, you know what, I could just not even open that, and then we can compare. So on this one I will also shoot with my backup guy here, my guy that's been helping me scout the bosses. Okay, so they're both firing at him now. And then we'll compare the 2 loot boxes. Okay, so for some reason this one didn't drop a loot right on top of me. So, got me confused. But I am full now, so I'm gonna delete a couple things. Let's see. These guys actually drop good loot. I'll see what Bonnie drops. But I think we've cleared out enough NPCs now that we can go ahead and take out William H. Bonnie. We should be able to kite him back over this way if we need to. Oh, and he's mad. Targeting me because I was killing his buddies probably. Okay. Oh, and he's going down really quick already, so make sure I target with my other guy, my helper. So yeah, if you had a decently fit assault bot, you could probably do this with just an assault. You can see my mech is having 0 issues. So okay, we both got our own little loot drops. So, lots of loot here. Take all of that. I'm going to have to delete some stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and delete all of these. If you're just starting, you're probably going to want to keep this stuff. It's really nice to have. But for me, I'm only going to keep the universal armor, which I think I actually put in there myself. I'm actually gonna, well, no, I'll keep the level 2 light assault. Nah, I'm gonna delete it. Again, if this is you, you're probably gonna want to keep this stuff, but for me, it's just not really that big of a deal. I'll just go ahead and pick this up with my other guy. And yeah, and that's Bonnie. So fairly easy fight, lots of loot. I'm actually need to do a loot dump right away. But yeah, you can save up to 10,000 reactors. So if we go to the market information, we want Hirschfield because that's probably where we're going to be selling it. It's worth more on the beta islands. But yeah, if we look at Hirschfield, people are actually buying it for slightly more. So we've actually already got, what would that be? Over 2 million Nick from the plasma here, just from doing a couple of these bosses. So if you know where the locations are, it's not that bad. And yeah, again, I'm not actually sure if it splits the loot or if you get double the loot for having people participate. But regardless, all this stuff can be done solo, and you're more than welcome to obviously try this with multiple accounts and check for yourself. So yeah, I will see you guys at the next boss. Figured while I'm doing a little fight here out on pause, I'm just doing a level 1 mission, sorry, level 0 mission, in order to get a free teleport over to an outpost. So I figure I might as well unpause and actually show this because I got the sound on now. Machine guns sound really cool. The pew. So, like I said, I'm just gonna leave the tokens behind. There's only 10 that I'm gonna get from this, and my goal here is to actually I'm gonna have to. Oh yeah, I just have to deposit this. So, yep. So just doing a level 0 mission, really quick, in order to teleport and save myself lots of walking time, because the next boss is up here. So I'm going to teleport to, what is that? Belicha. Okay, so it's this guy right here. Interact, cargo, drop this in there. Oh, there's more to this mission. Okay, so now it wants me to scout here. So, I mean, the mission's taking a little bit of time, but it's still going to be way less time than having to walk all the way up to here to get this nice long teleport. So, it's still not a perfect situation, but it is better than having to walk the entire way. Just making sure I continue scouting on my other account. Okay, and let's find this artifact. 700 meters this way. I am kind of keeping an eye on my other account because I am trying to find that last boss really quickly. Okay, so it's going to be somewhere over here. Okay. Just gotta wait for our ammo to reload now, and then we'll get that last location. So I believe that there are 4 bosses plus the malfunctioning drones. There's a Pelistol one, a Thelodica one, and a Nimquil one. So we killed the Pelistol one, and a Syndicate one. So we killed the Pelistol and the Syndicate ones. I'm heading up to what I believe is the Thelodica one. I'm not 100% sure. Well, I mean, we'll see when we get there. And then, yeah, we'll take out the rest as we get to them. And it should be a good time. But like I said, this is just a quick little trick how to get around the islands a little bit faster. It's still not perfect. Still a fair bit of walking time, but it is what it is. Gonna get a little bit of plasma there, grab that. And yeah, now we'll teleport to the Belicha. Perfect. And I will see you guys when I get to the next boss. Okay, so we're coming up to the next boss now. the clan member. So here's the coordinates here, 433, 294, somewhere in around there. See, it's the northwest side of the island up here. Again, just north of the Bilica outpost. So this guy is a assault the Nimquil boss. So against Nimquil, you're going to want to have your thermal ammo, and you're going to want to fit against. Oh, I'm just having such bad brain farts today. You're going to want to fit against. I can just go to research and look up there. Kinetic damage. So again, thermal's going to be good against him, and kinetic is going to be what you're going to want to resist against. Now, for our mech that we built up over the last couple days, absolutely no issues at all. But yeah, nice quick kill there. Oh wow, he dropped us lots of tier 2 loot and lots of good stuff. I will grab the lightweight frame because that's actually good. The universal armor is really good. I'm actually going to destroy the one I have, even though it's good. I'm actually going to destroy this as well because I'm just never going to use it. And the tier 2 armor repair is also really good. So lots of good stuff dropped from this guy. Really, really good stuff. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before and go up to this terminal and do a quick mission. And that will allow me to teleport to our last boss, which, no spoilers, no spoilers. We'll get there when we get there. So, I'm not going to show the mission this time because this is primarily supposed to be a boss video, so I will see you guys when I get to the next boss. Okay, the last boss has just come into view. The Sacrist? Yeah, Sacrist Convert. So he's right here. The location is 320 1862, right in around there, and you can see that's the southwest side of the island. So there's one in the northwest, there's one to the center east, one to the southeast, and one to the southwest, and then also of course in the center. If you're looking for the waypoints, they're all right here. Malfunctioning drones at 1113 1029, the clan member at 429 through 288, the Imperial Infantry at 1514 1754, William H. Bonnaby at 1737 848, and then the one we just looked at 319 1859, the Sacrist. So there's your 5 bosses. You've got your 2 easy guys in the center. You've got the William H. Bonnaby, which is the Syndicate, right here. And then you've got your 3 factional ones. I believe it was Clan was the Nimquil, Imperial was the Pelistal, and now our last one here, the Sacrist, is the Thelodica. So, against this guy, against Thelodica, oh, where did he go? He's running away already. What a coward. So against this guy, Thelodica, you're going to want to be doing seismic damage, and you're going to want to resist against thermal. So I'm going to do a little bit of a test here, and I'm going to shoot with both of my guys, because I want to see what happens. As you can see, the Pelistal guy gave us 1500 plasma, and the Nimquil guy gave us 1600 plasma, so it's about around the same. So we'll see if that's the case when I hit this with 2 different guys, because these guys should both get loot from this. So we'll see if we get 1500 each, or if we get around 750 each for plasma. Okay, so there we go. We got 700 plasma each. So it looks like it does split the loot. I will check the loot on this one. Oh right, I left the squad. So I will show you guys, just for comparison. This is what I got here. So it looks like it does completely switch up, or split up the loot, because this guy only got 1 tier 2 module. And yeah, that's all. So unfortunately I left the squad. I'm going to see if I can remedy that. Let's try this out, and let's see if we can get into that, into this container now. We can. because I want all the loot going to this guy. So there you go. So it does actually split the loot, but we did get lots of tier 2 gear. We got lots of plasma and common reactor. So I'm going to pause this now, and I'm going to head back to Hirschfield. I'm going to sell all of this stuff because that's part of what I'm doing for my series. But if all you were interested in was checking out the bosses, that's the end of it for the bosses on the Alpha 1 island. And the rest of this is going to be a little bit of tidying up for my beginner tutorial. So I'm going to be heading up to here, and I'll see you guys when I get back to Hirschfield. Thanks for watching. Okay, so for those of you that stuck around for the loot breakdown, here it is. I'm just going to dump all of this extra stuff into here, and let's see what we got for loot. Ooh, I was actually really close to being out of ammo, but that's okay. Okay, so this was some of the stuff that I had there. Okay, so this is what we got from our little adventure over doing the bosses. I'm just wondering, okay, so the market for the high-tech kernels is way less than what it should be, so I'm actually not going to sell these. So just so everybody knows, the market on this game right now is completely out of whack. The new bots that just came out, the destroyers, require almost exclusively, sorry, not exclusively, but they require a ton of high-tech kernels. So you see, they don't require any common at all. They require all high-tech as their first source of kernels. They require high-tech in Nimquil or high-tech in Pellistal, etc., etc. So high-tech kernels are actually extremely important for the end game and to produce those destroyer mechs, and likely going forward, if they do produce more higher tech bots, high-tech kernels are going to be extremely important. So I'm actually not going to sell these for this price because that seems ridiculously low. And I might actually put a buy order up on my other account to just make the market a little bit better. The 300 for these is still way lower than what it should be, but I need money right now, so I'm going to go ahead and sell all this stuff. 850, or sorry, 950, like that's a nice price. So definitely go ahead and sell these, and you can see just how much nick we've made off of doing these bosses. Like, this took me, I mean, it took me a little bit of time, but yeah, the amount of nick that we made off of this is really good in comparison to doing missions. Now, these bosses only spawn every couple of hours. I think it's every 2 hours is what they've got them at. So it's not going to be something that you can do consistently as a farm, but it's something that you can do, you know, just like I did just now, something that you can do to break up the cycles. So all this tier 2 gear I'm actually just going to keep because it's something that we might be able to use in the future. So I'm going to create another container. We'll name this AC dot, and this is going to be tier 1 gear, or sorry, tier 2 plus gear. And then we'll have a separate folder for everything that we have that's tier 2 and higher, and then one that's for tier 1, because we're going to get lots of tier 1 gear. And then we could actually even make another folder here. We'll rename this to AB dot, this is going to be industrial implements. So we can put all of our decoders in there. Oops, I actually named that wrong. It's supposed to be AD, not AB. There we go. And we'll put all of our kernels in there and all of our decoders, because we got a lot of random stuff floating around now. And all of these fragments can go in there that we're not selling. Let's see. Throw this in here. There we go. Now we're a little bit more organized. Throw these in here. And we can actually throw all this stuff back in the loot sort and we'll rename this one to Tier 1 gear. Okay. Now when we do go to repair this stuff, because repairing this costs 32,000, but to buy one is going to cost 125,000. So these lightweight frames are definitely some things that we're going to use. You know, we might end up using a fair bit of this stuff, so repairing is definitely going to be the way to go there. But seeing as we're kind of broke right now, you know what, we'll just go ahead and repair all this. We'll storage stack it, and then we will move all of this tier 1 gear into our tier 1 gear folder. We could even make another container, which I'm going to do. And I'm going to rename this one. So my gear, I think I'm actually going to keep the same start here, and we'll call this one ammo. That way all of our gear can actually be that'll always be next to each other. So we'll keep all of the gear stuff that we're going to want on our pots as AB. We'll actually rename this one to AC. And then anything that we do that's industry related, we'll start it with AC, just to keep everything organized. So our ammo, we'll throw all of our ammo into here. Good, we're nice and organized now. Our loot sort, and our gear, tier 2 plus, and our industrial stuff. Perfect. So we can actually throw our ammo into here, throw our tier 1 gear into here, and awesome. We're looking nice and organized now. We could even do another one for bots, but I'll just keep my bots all in the main folder here, just like this. Perfect. So with that, we're actually going to be able to buy a little bit of tier 4 gear, but I'm not going to do that just yet. We're going to focus on getting our industry account set up, which is what's going to be in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed a little bit of change of pace, and I hope you guys have fun in farming the bosses that have been made. They're really profitable. They're a little bit more of a challenge for starting players. Obviously, you guys saw if you're in the mech, it's not much of an issue, but yeah, they're really good challenges if you're just an assault bot starting off. Alright, so thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.